coffee too? You guys are big jerks. There should be a Neil Diamond, of course. Okay, thank you guys for hopping on today. Lauren posted the video of the recruiting call, and we were going to have this basically open for Q&A since we have not done this yet, and talk about anywhere that anyone's struggling or, you know, things that have helped you recently and something that you can pass on to other coaches. So what did you guys think about that? Oh, there's Crid.
Hi.
What did you guys think about that recruiting video?
Amazing. Just crazy good. Like, I love how they're not, like, they're so unapologetic and they're just so, like, out there without being weird or anything. And, like, holy cow, it's just awesome.
I really liked how she talked about running your business page as a sneak peek, because it's so true. Like, how many people we add to our networks every day, if we don't talk about that we're actually a coach until like 2-3 weeks later or once a week or whatever, then those people the new people that are following you are like, I don't even know what she does, and they could buy a program from someone else, sign up as a coach from someone else. But if you're instilling that in like one post every day or whatever you're doing every day, then every new people that follows you or all your new friends that come into your social media could see right off the bat, instead of waiting down the road and then get blasted with, hey, I'm hosting a sneak peek. And they're like, sneak peek for what? I don't know what you do.
I know.
For me,
it was a real eye-opener.
For me too, I like the idea of how Bonnie said to like recycle kind of your posts, and how like I always got stressed out, like, okay, I have to have different content for my like page and different content for my personal page. And like this last week, I've literally been posting the same exact thing on both pages, because like, I think Raina said something like, it doesn't matter because you're going to attract different people to your like page anyways than you are to your personal page. And if they like both pages, they can decide if they want to like both pages and see double things. And like, that was a huge thing. I was like, oh my gosh, I can post the same thing on both pages and nobody's going to care. Okay. So that's been helping me not feel so like having to create 2 content things for both pages, because that's stressful in itself.
I found that was a big relief, because I mean, I was spending so much time trying to think of new content for all of the media, like for all the platforms, and it's like exhausting, and you don't really want to do it all day long. So that was nice to hear that they can do so well, just, you know, basically recycling the same content. So that's awesome.
Right. I know. And like she said, because I had asked, because I was like, when she was talking, I was like creeping Bonnie's pages, and like they looked different, but she had said like the content is the same. She just takes different pictures, like maybe new, like freshens up her pictures. So like, that's always an idea. Like, I know I get home sometimes where I'm like, oh my gosh, I probably need to post because it's been 3 hours. And I'm like, I don't even, like, I'm not doing anything exciting right now. Like, what can I post about? We could always just go back and find a post, like content post that had a lot of engagement, and just like do a new picture or post it with a new picture and use that too. Because a lot of the people who maybe saw it like a month or 2 or 6 months ago probably won't, like, you have so many new followers now that will be like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. And they have no idea that you posted it 6 months ago.
One thing that when she talked about doing that, the recycling of posts, I thought it would be such a good idea to, like, if you see that post is developing a lot of traffic and a lot of likes and stuff, screenshot it and put it in a separate file. And then when you come, like when you're saying, I don't know what to post today, then you can go back at all the things that you had great traffic on already and then recreate, or even do the same post. Like, I've done the rubber band trick on my water bottle like 3 or 4 times now, and every time, hi Darwin, every time it gets like a ton of traffic because everyone's trying to figure out how to get in water. And so every time you fill up your water bottle, just put a new rubber band on it. And you know, like one day I'll put like colored rubber bands and just hold the bottle, or like one other day it'll be like just a jug of water, or, you know, whatever. But recycling the same content and remembering to do it with, you know, just doing a screenshot on your phone. It's super easy.
That's so good. I've heard that many times. I've never gone into the habit of doing it, like actually making the file folder.
I actually started saving my posts, well, like I have Word documents for different things. So I have like a whole Word document that's like inspirational or motivation. I have different ones that work good, like challenge groups or whatever. But I also save a lot of like pins on Pinterest and like private groups to give me ideas for things. That way, like Lauren, when you said you get home, you're like, crap, I gotta post. You know, maybe I saved some paleo fact about, I don't know, whatever it was. You know, then I have things to kind of pull from quickly.
And I think using our pages as literally like a sneak, I think Vicky said this, but like a sneak peek of her life, and like every time you do post something, sprinkle in the opportunity somehow, but not in a join me as a coach, I'm a Beachbody coach, blah, 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 blah. You know, like that's something I've been really working on this last week after hearing that call too, is like sprinkling in little things when I'm posting. Like today I posted about going to the grocery store and how I'm pushing back work to go into the grocery store, you know, like, and just sprinkling little things like that. Cause eventually the more people that see that, they're going to be like, okay, what does this girl do? You know, like she's grocery shopping in the middle of the day on a Tuesday, or she's taking the day off to go to the beach, or, you know, like little things like that, sprinkling in more often. Cause if we do it once a week, we get so many new people that come to our pages, then seeing it just once a week isn't going to do it.
Right.
And once a week, I think as like, join my team, like sneak peek post is good, but all the other like little sprinkles in is probably.
And like mix it up too. Like I used to just do like the freedom thing, like, oh, today I get to work from the beach, and then, oh, today I get to go here. But like there's so many other things that we have at our fingertips that we could use. Like this morning I know this is ridiculous, but I posted a t-shirt that says too bra or not too bra, and I said it's a good thing I work from home. Because
that's awesome.
Option, right? Like just things like that. And then someone was like, oh my God, Lucky, you get to work from home. And, you know, like.
Flawless, which is the real first.
Yeah. That's right. That's why I signed up as a Beachbody coach to go. Yeah.
I have to say, I bet you there's tons of people in my network though who would seriously like that. They'd be like, oh, it does sound appealing.
Right. That sounds so nice.
Yeah. So what did you guys think about the fact that I think Bonnie said she doesn't do sneak peeks anymore since she uses her page in that way? What did you guys think about that?
I can go. I think it was a cool idea in how she like answers objections on her page publicly, and like going through, you know, like if you think about the posts we post for a sneak peek, like recreating it in a post maybe versus like a video, or you could post a video in like the comment section, but make it more public so everybody can see. And I think, you know, it's probably something she maybe worked up to doing, I would assume. Not like, oh, I'm a new coach and now I'm not going to do sneak peeks because.
Well, another thing she said is she just has people that come to her now. Like she doesn't have to go out looking for people too. So right. I think until we get to that level, like I still love doing sneak peeks because I think that's where I get the majority of my brand new coaches. So I guess it's all at your discretion too. Like if you have a good chunk of people that just come to you and want to sign up, then maybe try that out. But otherwise just stick to what works best for you.
Right.
And like nothing is set in stone too. Like you could always try 1 month, you know, doing it that way too.
And I don't think she probably is like, okay, this week, you know how we're like, okay, I'm going to do a 3-day sneak peek these 3 days. Like, I don't think she's probably like, okay, these 3 days, I'm going to post the content I would post in a 3-day sneak peek through these 3 days. They're probably posts she posts throughout the whole month that are just answering questions that she always gets, or, you know, like that kind of stuff. So it's not so much like she's not really thinking that she's running a sneak peek, her whole just face whatnot. That makes sense. Any other thoughts about the recruiting call, or any like big ahas you guys had that you've been implementing or want to start implementing, or questions about maybe not knowing how to implement it? Shell?
I think for me, it's because I'm working 40 hours from my house in a completely different industry where I'm trying to figure out how to approach the freedom thing. Yeah, let me move my box so I'm not like looking all Where I'm like trying to approach the freedom thing, but because I have freedom working from home anyways during my day job, but it's obviously not my path that I want to stick with. I want to move towards full-time coaching. But it's also trying to figure out how and what to post for freedom because I'm not fully there yet, you know? So I think it's just kind of figuring out what exactly to post.
One of the things that I've heard lately is sharing small successes because they're more relatable than sharing the big, you know, like they're more relatable than saying, oh, I quit my job and I'm able to work as a full-time Beachbody coach 4 hours a week. But if you say, you know, like I'm able to do this while I'm doing this, working towards becoming a full-time Beachbody coach, you know, like sharing those small successes because those brand new people that are new to your page or those prospects of yours, they could relate more to that than they can the big picture.
Right. And I think too, I have to be very careful with my wording as working towards a full-time coach because I have people that I work with that follow me.
Right.
And it's a matter of finessing that comment, I think, to where they're like, oh, you know, I mean, they're fully aware that I coach. They know that I'm teaching, you know, on the weekends. So they know it, but I don't want them to know that I'm going to be leaving, you know, next year.
Yeah, and maybe you can share even posts like, and this goes for anybody, they don't have to necessarily be freedom, but you could say like, okay, my Beachbody income this week paid for groceries or paid for my kids' new like school clothes or school supplies and like little things like that, because that I feel like is super relatable too, to be like, I don't, like last year at this time, we were struggling and I couldn't get my kids like new school clothes. And this year, like we have this extra money from Beachbody and that's what's buying, like, you know, like you guys can do stuff like that too. It doesn't just have to be like this huge freedom, like I left my day job and I am free, you know, it can be the little things too. So.
Well, I remember, was Becky going to talk?
No, I was mocking Lauren, her free.
Oh, well, no, I was listening to Michelle. I kind of had the same issues too when I was working and coaching. It was hard because I had a lot of my work friends on there, and I didn't want it to sound like I hated my job, you know. So I had to be careful. It was like, you know, I love what I'm doing because the job itself wasn't bad, but I had something in my brain to tell you, but about, you know, making a comment, you know, I love what I do because you work in mortgage, right? You work with numbers, you know, like I'm a number.
I love what I do.
Well, make it up. like you're a numbers person, I guess. Like I was a numbers person. I worked in finance, you know, but I love the fact that but you can sprinkle in the fact that you are able to do both, not necessarily like leaving your job, but just, you know, how like easy it is to do, you know, your full-time job and do this, you know, when you when it's in your spare time, your free time, or how it only takes you an hour a day to do it, that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, because a lot of people struggle with the concept of having a full-time job and, you know, doing coaching and being successful at coaching. So that is definitely something that you can share too.
I mean, I wouldn't, like when I was coaching and working, I never shared the fact that I was working like from 10 p.m. to midnight and then waking up at 5 in the morning. So I just kind of like, yeah, I only do it for like an hour or two a day, you know, when the kids are asleep, you know, but that was what worked for me back then, was working, you know, late night.
Or even I remember Joelle, I think, posted a couple weeks ago about her working even on a Saturday, and like she took a picture or whatever, and she was like, what, working on a Saturday? Like, I can't remember what she said, you could look it up, but it was just saying how like she was working because she loves what she does. And like you could even say like things like that. Can you please stop whining? Thanks. You could even do something like that too.
Does Jax listen when you say that, please?
Yep. See?
I don't think you have his own calendar.
I was working, 2 days ago on Sunday. We got back from vacation on Friday and I was working on Sunday. I try not to work on Sundays, but I was excited to work on a Sunday because I miss my challengers and my coaches and everything. So even though you are working like on a Saturday or Sunday, and most people would you cringe at that. Actually say that. Most people cringe at working on a Saturday or Sunday, but I really like it because I get so excited to hear from my coaches and how well they're doing and changing lives, and my challengers and how they're growing and changing. So I'm coming. I cut in and out because I'm eating, so like I'll just hear.
Well, and I think I'm gonna just keep doing it. I've been watching the Law of Attraction before we started this, and it was the one thing that it stopped on was if you have any sort of apprehension, just do it. So.
Right.
So true. Well, one thing I really loved, like she was saying how, I don't know which one it was, they're saying how possibly a mistake is that you're complicating things. And I find I do that a lot. Like, the conversations go on too long before I ask. And like, there's some people I'm looking through my network. We've been friends for a long time and I've never talked about coaching with them. And it's like, why not? Like, so this week I'm going through all of those people and I'm just inviting them regardless.
Mm-hmm. And what I've been doing too is as I'm seeing their posts, seeing them doing something like motivational, or if I'm seeing like as their statuses are coming up, I'll because I use Asana too as well as my Act, because Asana is quicker on this laptop because I can't have it because it's a work laptop, but little story there. But I'll put notes in there and I will put a reminder date, I'll put the name in there and say, okay, well, this person's motivated, posted this on this date, potential coach. And that will, as they're coming up, then I can put those names in there or on my notebook, because I got another tracking bit. That way, just reaching out to them. And I've been doing a lot more cold invites via voice.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah. So people come back and like, I didn't even know Facebook did this. And I'm like, yeah, welcome. You want to chat?
You said you're doing cold invites via what?
Voice messages.
Oh, okay. Like inviting them or just like hi, introducing yourself?
Yeah, no, like last night I've been friends with this lady and like over the last 3 or 4 days, I mean, she's naturally optimistic and, gives out, a lot of positive posts and stuff. But over the last few days, she's like really been amping it up. And so I reached out to her last night and I did a voice message and I was like, hey, it's me. I just want to tell you, I love these posts that you're coming out with. I think you're just so amazing. And I know this may sound a little crazy, but have you ever thought about doing what I do? I think you'd be super awesome at it. You're totally inspirational. I'd love to chat with you about it. And then she messaged me back and she was like, yeah, what do? You sound like you have fun. You seem happy. So, I think it's just a matter of, it helps you get your personality across. And since I'm a super cheese ball, I think it helps draw in more cheese balls because I love my cheese balls. And say balls.
Don't say cheese ball. Vicky's on the ultimate reset.
I know. I'm like, cheese. She's saying cheese so many times. Forget the balls. I want the cheese.
Hashtag forget the balls. But yeah, so it just works a lot better. And I think it makes a cold invite more inviting and warmer.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It's not so like copy paste.
Right.
It actually like has to be your voice.
Yeah.
And then when they hear like Full House in the background or like your husband like on the mic friend, they know that you're just like, hey, you know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Let's talk,
Yeah.
I have to tell you guys, like you have to present what you do like every day, because there's so many people out there that think like you have to do this or you have to hide this or and I realized this when I had my one of my new coaches sign up, and she's like, I can't get on the Zoom tonight because my son's here and my husband's at work. And I was like, well, that's okay. And she's like, what do you mean that's okay? He'll probably be bugging me and stuff. I'm like, 98% of us are mothers or parents of fur babies. There's always going to be like a kid or a tail or something. And she's like, are you kidding? She's like, I love that. And I was like, do I not? Shoot, I need to like bring that up more often, or like maybe like throw Gage up here and take a selfie or something. Show that we actually are parent approved. Zoom.
Exactly.
Unless Michelle talks about balls, then, you know.
Just make sure I'm not on that particular Zoom, and then it won't happen, because I usually do talk about them.
What else?
What else? Yeah.
Did anybody listen to, I had posted, and I didn't post a link to it because it's on the podcast, but the consistency versus hustle that Joelle did, that call?
I listened to, yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one too. And like after I finished listening it to oh my gosh, I'm like freaking today, and like I think like for me, like I'm going to go into a season of hustle just for me personally. So like it was cool to hear, like even like I've been coaching for 4 years, and it was cool to hear the different, like stay consistent throughout your whole business, but have those seasons of where you're, I don't even like saying pushing, but you're hustling, you know, to reach a different goal or to reach this, or, you know, maybe you haven't hit Success Club yet. Mm-hmm. I haven't yet, but, you know, like I have to hustle. I'm going to be hustling now for the next couple days, you know, so like having seasons of hustle like that, kind of cool.
That podcast really helped me with my situation right now, because I mean, holy crap, are we hustling? And it kind of helped me put into perspective that it's not just the business, it's kind of every part of your life. You go through those consistency versus hustle things, and it kind of, I had that talk with my husband. I was like, Dan, look, we're just hustling right now. When we're done with this hustle with the house and everything else, we can settle down, we can go back to being consistent, and just and then we'll figure out what's next. Where do we hustle next? So that kind of calmed both of us down. So I was going to send Joelle a message after that, and I didn't, but it helped me on a lot of levels.
Right. And we go through seasons of hustle like that, you know, like things happen where we just need to hustle in our life, or we need to hustle with X, Y, and Z. And it's not like the hustling means we need to do it for like ever, you know, it's like maybe a month, maybe it's 2 weeks, maybe it's a couple months. It's not like you have to hustle all the time, like 24/7, but anyone else have any idea or like thoughts?
Oh, see, there's Weston. Yay. See?
He's waving.
And that like goes the same thing. Like you're creating your life by design. So you are able to hustle when you want and when you can, and you can be consistent. You know, it goes the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Gosh, Weston, you're so stinking cute.
For me, this month was kind of, I feel like this was a dangerous month for me because I hit SE 8 before I left on my trip, and I was shooting for 10, and I still feel like 10's going to come, but I, you know, minimum for, I guess since I struggle with hitting Success Club, you know, minimum is SE 5, obviously. So I feel like I kind of stepped off the break like the week before we went on vacation. Then I was off, you know, the whole week of vacation because we didn't have any service on the cruise and stuff. And so that kind of like comfortable mentality, there's a dog somewhere. That comfortable mentality set in a little bit, and that, you know, I don't know anybody with an office job, you know, you get a bunch of work done and then you just kind of like sit back for a while. And that's kind of how I felt like this month. And I'm trying to get back that momentum, that mojo, because I know I'm gonna get screwed over for next month if I don't like get back on track.
But so you had a season of hustle like before you left, like that week before you left, like that was your season of, or not season, but like a week of hustle. And I think that like you have times like that.
And it's I'm used to hustling all month long to you know, slide into the finish line.
So what do you think was that change for you, that you knew that you were going on vacation?
Well, I think the change was just that I happened to, I was going on vacation, so I was, you know, trying to stay as focused as possible before, because I knew that it would be kind of spotty. I didn't think I was going to be totally offline for the whole week. I thought I'd be able to get online, but, you know, they charge an arm and a leg to use the internet on the cruise. And so I was just like, oh, screw it. But, yeah, so I guess I just was rushing and trying to get it together, and then I just stopped.
So maybe you just need to just jump back in and just start with the basics then right now to get your mojo started back up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know where it's at, but I always have like a list. Like you can't see it, but this is always like my to-do list. And so whenever like everything's like kind of haywire, I have to go back to my list. And I need to tweak my list because sometimes I think I spend too much time doing miscellaneous, admin stuff or busy work. And I need to figure out, how to not spend so much time planning posts or, stuff. I haven't listened to the call yet because I'm behind on the Entrepreneur Academy training. So I'm catching up. So that's why I didn't say anything when you guys were talking about that because I got to catch up on that. But hopefully when you guys talk about recycling posts, I can maybe do that instead of spending so much time trying to like be unique and creative.
I would listen to that like ASAP. Like listen to that one right away instead of like trying to go back and catch up with all the ones before. Because I think that was the one a lot of people were like, oh my gosh, this was an amazing one.
That one and the challenge group post was like my two favorite ones. Or the challenge group. Social media mastery. That's what.
Yeah.
Missed one.
Well, and from an organizational standpoint, maybe on your posts, instead of trying to find time every single day to be creative and find new creativity, maybe I use Sunday as my leadership building activities and my prepping for the week. So that way I'm not, going through hell with my day job and then trying to come up with something inspirational during the day. But if you plan out your content on Sunday for like the week, and it doesn't have to be like super like detailed, but like maybe come up with like a certain theme for you. I know Carla and I were talking about themes for our like pages last week, and maybe find a certain theme that works for you and maybe describes your avatar and like utilize that and just kind of plan out your content, and then that way you're not trying to figure it out during the day, so it gives more time to building business activities and stuff.
Okay, yeah. I try to stay off the computer on Sundays because once I do get on there, I just get sucked into Facebook. But maybe I will just, just not get on Facebook, but just do other things. Yeah. Okay.
For those of you that have that same problem that get sucked in on Facebook, I just heard about this plugin called Facebook Killer or Facebook Kills, and it shuts down your entire wall on your desktop or laptop. And so you can still access your groups and your messages, but it shuts down like the main wall.
I use it. I love it. It keeps me out of the feed. It's great.
It crashed my computer, so.
Oh no.
But set a timer. And then as Joelle says, time management is self-management. And if you are having time wasters, then you're having self-wasters. And put yourself and know that what you've got to do and focus and use timers. Because that helps with me.
Right. That's good.
I like that. Time wasters or self-wasters.
Yeah, that's so true.
You could put that on your computer somewhere too, Victoria, for you. That way you're like, oh, I'm a self-waster right now. This is totally off topic, but I think when we take a picture today, for all of you who have kids, we should put the kids like next to everybody who has kids.
I agree. Where's my kid?
We can mine's sleeping, but it would be fun that we can show that you can still do this business when you have kids literally like picking at your ears.
Right.
Mine are playing nicely downstairs in their underwear. It's gonna be here.
Yeah,
I don't want us to see that.
But the ones who have like, because there's kids that are sitting.
Yeah, Margaret's face was just up close and personal a little bit ago. Oh, is that Henry? Hi, Henry. I can see it there.
Hi. Anyone have any other like questions or anything that's been working really well, like with anything? I think a lot of everybody's kind of like in recruiting mode to get a solid diamond or get wherever you are a solid rank. So does anyone have any like tips or anything that's been working really well to like bring on new friends?
I just wanted to say that like you hear so often that the best coaches come from challenge groups. And I really suck at challenge groups, and I've always sucked at them. And then you also hear like, don't focus on the things that you suck on, focus on your strengths. So those kind of contradict each other. But I loved how, I think it was Raina Odell said that she sucks at challenge groups.
Mm-hmm.
And so that like, it gave me hope that I can do this without worrying about being awesome at my challenge groups. And then I can continue to get coaches who don't come from those groups. So that's it. No tips for
Did you, Carla, did you watch the video that, I don't know if Chelsea posted it in the EA training or not, but she had posted what she does with her challenge groups. Cause I find that my challenge groups are sucky too. Like I get a lot of people who want to do it, but nobody ever comments in my group. And she had said in the video, and I'll look for it if it wasn't posted in there, and I'll post it in our thread. But she had said that what she does, instead of like making everybody check in every single day, she does a weekly email check-in. And she just sends out a weekly email to all her customers, and they have to check in via email or whatever with her weekly, instead of like forcing them to try and check in daily and then feeling discouraged that nobody's checking in. And that's something like I'm going to start to implement, because I have like a group of 75 people that's just like an ongoing run, and there's probably maybe like 3 that are consistently posting. And it can be discouraging, because you're like, there's so many people in this group, and there's like 3 people that are posting. Like, what am I doing wrong? And we just have to remember that not everybody is on Facebook 24/7 like we are. You know, like everybody's not taking selfies every half hour.
Did you guys see this?
Beach Bunny on the Mountain. What is that?
Oh. Is that the challenge app?
It's the challenge app. I just found it yesterday, but it still says it's in beta mode.
Oh.
But, I mean, that could be a huge game changer in itself, too.
Right. When is that coming out? Like,
next month.
Was it October?
Oh, yeah, October. It's not September yet. It's October.
So that might be something, Carla, to look at. That call. It was like a 15-minute video that she did, but it was helpful to me too. So,
do you guys keep like every challenger's goals and struggles like in a document that you refer to often and that you like bring up with them again?
I keep them all.
Mine neither.
I keep them all in Asana.
Yeah, so do I.
Under their comments, like, and I'll just copy paste it. So like, if they give me a big long paragraph, I'll just copy paste it and stick it in the comments underneath their name. So
that's smart.
Asana, you can also like make things bold or italicize things. So if there's something important there, I try to like just bold it in the comment, so that it'll catch my attention next time I talk to them, so I don't forget that that's what they're trying to do.
You do that in Asana? Okay,
that's a good idea.
I don't know if I don't use the mouse. I do the keyboard stuff. I grew up on a DOS, so I'm used to the keyboard shortcuts. So if you just do Control B on your when you highlight some of the words, it'll bold it for you.
Or if you're a handwriter, you can use the highlighters. Like
yeah, when I form, I always just like make little notes, 2 kids, 2 years old, the names, work, stay-at-home mom, something like that, and suffers from depression, and I do little notes. That way I can, and I have one comment that just like describes them, so I can always kind of go back and remind them, like, hey, don't forget, or not forget, but, this is what we're working towards, keep your goal in mind of the wedding in October or something.
I'm so distracted with how cute Henry is. Just like blowing kisses. And... Okay.
He keeps touching Stephanie's picture when he blows the kisses.
I called my son Henry in utero for 6 months, but he was so ugly when he came out, I named him Walter. It's a true story.
My nephew's name is Walter.
Is he ugly?
No.
Walter turned out really cute, so it's okay.
Oh my god, that's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
We looked at him, my husband and I looked at him, and he came out, and Dan's like, "What do you think, honey? Is his name Henry?" And I was like, "No, he's so ugly. Let's name him Walter." It was great.
It was great.
Never doing it again.
Oh, shoot.
Rania, what were you gonna say?
Oh, Lauren asked like how people are adding to networks if you have any new ones. I've been pulling a whole bunch of people from Fitbit app easily.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gotta
Like
get
I'm in bunches of challenges on there. Every day I go in and I add a couple people, you know, as friends on Fitbit, and then I message them, and I've got a Fitbit group. So I'm just like, hey, you know, like if you want to get more personal, I've got this group on Facebook, and then I tell them my name, my full name, so they can find me, and they add me as a friend, and I add them in the group. And I get probably like 3 to 4 new friends every day doing that.
Wow, this is
Yeah, and it works great because everyone's, you know, they're walkers, so they're interested in some sort of fitness.
Right.
So yeah.
I post those pictures in my groups. I've got a few different ones, like my 80s lovers groups and my hippie groups and stuff, and I post in there like, you know, a friendship chain or something, and I say, you know, let's write our name, and like this one, most recent one is, what's your favorite food? And, you know, if, you know, like the people and become friends, and so people are putting their names and what their favorite food is, so then you already have one little thing to talk about if you have something in common with them. Or like what their favorite, or what they feel is their best attribute or something like that. So I've been getting probably about 5 to 10, depending on the day, friends a day. So I've been growing a lot. So that works. If you're friends with the admins of the group, that usually helps too.
Right.
I've always gotten just weirdos have done things like that though.
okay.
Well, you don't have to make friends with them. You can always delete requests.
I added a whole bunch of people that way for like about a month or so, and I don't think a single one of them has like ever ended in anything except for them like unloading all of their problems onto me. I'm like, okay. Awesome.
So was it not in a group where you'd have things in common? Like it was not like a, I don't know.
It was back when I was pregnant, and it was in like a pregnancy group. So yeah, we have tons of things in common, but yeah, none of them.
Anything else? Anybody gonna go? Goals for this week? What's everybody pushing for? One big goal for the week.
That's mine.
Solid diamond.
Solid diamond. Whoever said that. Oh, Michelle.
3-day refresh. It's true. Look at the hardest goal of the year.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
I know. I could do anything for 3 days.
And you get to eat, so yeah.
I know.
Vicky's like, grr.
Dude. I'm on day 2, and this morning I'm already wanting bacon. This is going to be a long 3 weeks.
Dude, week 1 is so easy. I'm so sorry. Like week 1 is so easy.
Oh no, this is my second time doing it, and I remember like wanting to throw fruit like out the door. That week 3, like I never wanted to see another piece of fruit in my life.
Yep.
I'm starting the Ultimate Reset on September 7th with my husband. So, and Lauren's heard me talk about my husband, so that's a huge, huge deal that he's actually going to do it with me.
That's awesome.
So he saw
document everything. Like do
yeah.
stuff and document it.
He saw the price, so he's gonna stick with it.
I don't know, sweetie. My husband did me, and it was great. Like he wants to do it again. I'm like,
Okay, grab your kiddos. Let's do a selfie.
Okay.
If they're by.
See if I can get Jax in here napping him.
He's like, no, Mom, you told me to shush. I'm not listening.
I'm already sleepy.
Okay, ready?
Can this desk be my?
How
Now?
do
That's
we
what I'm
take a
doing.
picture for the screen?
1,
Vicky's
2, 3. Okay, I took 2. Oh, you guys are so cute. You kiddos make all of us look good. You know that.
Anything else? Did anyone else want to go with their goals for the week? Or one of them?
I'm at Success Club 2 right now.
And you want to be at where? 10?
10.
Well, you can do it. Remember, Corinne, she blew herself out of the
My
water.
goal is
I want to add 2
One
coaches.
area
Before I
each
leave.
Everybody talks at one time.
Oh, what happened?
What? That was so funny.
What happened? Everything got cut out.
Oh, on my end, I said, okay, what's goals? And then everybody, nobody said anything. And then everybody talked at the exact same time. And I was like, whoa. Anyway, I'm sure everybody said their goals and nobody could hear them.
What's the most amount of coaches you guys have signed up in 1 month? You have a,
I think I've had 14 maybe in 1 month.
wow, that's good.
I don't know off the top of my head how many I've ever signed up in 1 month.
But you know what I look for now? I used to put on my monthly goals, I would say sign 10 coaches up. But what I'm noticing is the 80-20%. And so I'm wanting to sign 10 of my 20% coaches. You know what I mean? 10 coaches that want to start working the business.
Yeah.
Continue to work the business. It's not about quality, it's about quantity. No, wait, it's not about quantity. It's not about quality. Forget those guys. The ultimate reset brain. I need me.
I'm sorry you're doing so miserable today, Vicky. Other than coffee, I'm doing great. I'm doing the ultimate reset too, guy.
Hashtag forget the balls. I know, Stephanie, you drink that alkalinized like it's freaking coffee. I made a video and I was legitimately gagging. I couldn't even drink it without gagging. I couldn't even, oh God. And then she's like, oh, it brings me back to the farm. I was like, you jerk. Get out of here.
Yes, it smells just like fresh cut hay, and I had no problem slamming it back. And so I had to make a video just for Vicky to be like, see, I have no problem with this. Why do you have a problem with this?
I actually love this stuff.
Oh, really?
I do. I drink it every day.
I think the alkalinized is way better than the detox. The
Oh, I would drink that all day long.
Gravel. Ugh. Gives me goosebumps thinking about drinking it.
Oh boy.
Well,
yeah, I think I'm gonna go.
about that time.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna stop the recording.